everyone, it's Kirsten. Today I'm going to be explaining a little bit about back braces, what they do, how often you wear them, stuff like that. So let's get started. So first, I'd like to just explain the whole concept of a back brace to you. So for those of you who don't have back braces, you might not know what they are. So basically it's just like a plastic corset, basically. So I'll go ahead and show you my brace and just sort of give you a general idea of what most braces are like. Okay, so here's my brace. So it's really obvious to see where the brace is. I'm wearing my black shirt under it today, so I suppose that's good for this video. But so basically you can see it's very tight fitting. When you get your brace, they do a casting of you, so they basically cover you in plaster, let it harden, and then they cut it off of you, and then they use that to mold the brace. So it's very fitting to your body shape, and it's made of pretty thin plastic. It's about that thick, so very thin. It's nice and hard. It's a little bit flexible because you have to be able to sort of stretch it to get it off of you, because there's just this hole in back, and it has these two straps which are just Velcro, and those keep it together. Also, the inside of your brace has pads that push on your spine in different places to help correct it, and that's the whole point of a brace. If you want to get a little more information on what my brace is like, go ahead and go to my last video, which is my scoliosis update. There I go over my new brace, because I only got this on Tuesday. The insert date here. I only got this on Tuesday. What date it was, I don't have my calendar here right now, and I'm still on a 2014 calendar, so yeah. But so yeah, this is my brace, and in that video I go over all of the pads in my brace and what they do and why they are the way they are. So my brace that you're seeing right now is a TLSO brace, which is a modification on the Boston brace, which from what I've seen is the most common type of brace that people get. So yeah, there are lots of different types of braces, and the type of brace you get varies greatly depending on what your curve is and how flexible it is and how easy it is to correct it. So it's all a little bit of trial and error, but generally the type of brace you get depends on what your curve in your spine is like. Okay, so a little bit more about the different types of braces. There are just countless types of braces. I'm not going to be able to explain them all, but a few of the most common that I've heard of are TLSO brace, which is what I have, the Boston brace, the Charleston night brace. So there are basically a couple different basic types of braces. Some of them are braces that you wear most of the day. Some people wear them 16 hours, some people wear them 24 hours. I personally wear mine around 22 to 23 hours a day on a regular basis. There are also nighttime braces, which you just wear while you're in bed, going to sleep, and very often those braces bend you in one direction or the other to sort of like counter attack your scoliosis. I said it like we're going into war here. But yeah, so those are basically the two different types of braces, the daytime braces and the nighttime braces. Before you get your brace, then you're going to have to go and have the casting done for it. So you'll go to your appointment and they'll have you put on two very thin, tight-fitting layers of cloth, and they will take some strips of plaster and they'll wrap it around you, and after like 5-10 minutes it'll dry and they'll cut it off. And don't worry, there's no way that you're going to get like injured or anything from them cutting the cast off. Because before they start, they take a layer of felt, just a strip, and they put it between the two layers of cloth that you're wearing. And then after it's dried, then they cut along that strip. So then they'll cut it off, and that'll be the end of your appointment basically. And make sure you take a shower afterwards, because it is going to get all over you. And I wouldn't recommend wearing your nice socks, because your socks may get ruined. Learned that the hard way. But yeah, then after a week to a month, you know, it really depends. For my first brace, I went back about 3 weeks later to get it fitted. Although for my second brace, then I went back only about a little less than a week later. So it really depends. Anyway, you'll go back for your appointment to have your brace fitted. And during this time, they will bring in your brace and you'll be introduced. And you'll try it on for the first time. And trust me, it is not going to be comfortable, but do not worry, you will get used to it. So while you're there and getting it fitted, there will be lots of different stages to this. The first time they bring it in, it will be huge. It will be like not huge as in wide, but it will be high and high up on your chest and high under your armpits and low down on your legs and your hips. And this is completely normal. Do not worry, this is not going to be how it is when you're done. So for the type of brace I have, it does come up to the collarbones. So it is really uncomfortable at first because it will come up pretty high. And if you have a brace like mine, it'll also come up under both arms. The Boston brace just usually comes up under one arm. But yeah, so it'll be really uncomfortable, especially at first, and the edges won't be smoothed out yet. And chances are it'll just be really, really uncomfortable. So your orthotist will make a few marks on there with a pencil and sort of wiggle it around to see where it sits. Make adjustments according to how you feel about it, and as you wear your brace, like if you have to get a second or third brace, then you'll be more experienced with it, and so you'll be able to go through this process much faster. But the first time, it's normal for it to take 6 hours. So bring something to do while you're waiting. So during the first adjustment, they'll make marks, then they'll take your brace off and leave. And you will be sitting there for quite a while, so have something to do. It will be a very time-consuming process. Then they'll come back with the brace after it's been modified. They'll have you try it on again, make some more changes, ask you where it's uncomfortable, like if it's digging into your leg, or if it's too high under the arms, or if something is really hitting you wrong, then mention it, and like if it's pressing on your hips too much. They'll mark all that off, and they'll take it off again, and they'll go and they do more changes and modifications, and you'll have to wait even longer. And chances are this will last 4 to 6 hours in my experience. And after a while, you'll probably go for a lunch break. Your lunch break could be when they're doing big changes on the brace, which could be for an hour, or it could be while you're wearing the brace, just to sort of get used to it and give you more time to sort of find out if anything else is bothering you. So you'll be wearing it, and this will be your first time really wearing your brace for an extended period of time, between half an hour and an hour. So it'll be uncomfortable, and then you'll come back and you'll point out anything that you noticed, ask some questions if you have any. Always feel free to ask questions, because they want you to ask questions so that if you ask a question about something that might be bothering you or hurting you, and it's not supposed to be doing that, it's good to point that out, because then they can fix it so you don't have to come back again later. When the fitting process is all complete, then you'll be able to take your brace home with you. I would not recommend wearing it on the way home, because when you're first adjusting to it, you're not going to want to have that first time adjusting in the car when you cannot get up and move around or take it off if it's really bothering you. So just be patient, wait until you get home. Once you're home, your orthotist or doctor will most likely given you a sheet with the number of hours you're supposed to wear it at first. I'll go over this in another video in more detail, but basically you'll just be easing into your brace, and I'll just say a couple weeks later, when you're wearing your brace for most of the day or all night if it's a night brace, then you will go back and you'll have more adjustments made for anything that you notice during that 2-week time period. So after that, you will come back home. If you notice another problem before your 2-week appointment, do not hesitate to call them, because they will set you up with another appointment and they will get it fixed. And if you notice anything that's really bugging you after that 2-week period that you really don't think you can adjust to at all, then call them still, and you can set up as many appointments as you need to get this brace adjusted to you. For me, I had to go back after just a few days of having my brace because one of the pad on my right was just too big at first. I could not adjust to it. I couldn't breathe, and I wasn't able to wear it the amount that I was supposed to. So I called, I made an appointment. So I went back and I had that pad reduced to half of its original size, and that was much better. And the main problem was that I had one rib that was sticking out a lot, and it was really being painful and uncomfortable. But then when I went back for my 2-week appointment, they were able to put most of that pad back in, make it bigger again, and it wasn't a problem anymore because that rib had adjusted with the correction of my spine after adjusting to the brace for a bit longer. So don't hesitate to call and make more appointments as needed. And I'll explain more of easing into your brace and how much you're going to be wearing it and stuff like that in another video. So I'll go ahead and show you a few pictures of me when I was having my brace casted. I believe I might have a picture when I was having it fitted. I'm not entirely sure though. But yeah, I'll show you those pictures. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video and want to see more like it, and subscribe for more videos. Bye!